Second goal. Virgil van Dijk to Alisson. Alisson to Konate. Konate helps it forward. How many chances now has Darwin Núñez had? I mean, that one was a little bit more difficult because the angle was acute, but Darwin Núñez, another really big save. And Konate's ball over the top of the Newcastle backline, and Darwin Núñez just took it on, and it was a nice height for the goalkeeper in the end, to be fair. And Dubravka with the save. Corner kick for Newcastle. Corner kick for Liverpool, I should say, rather. Corner which Liverpool will take on the right-hand side. It will be Trent Alexander-Arnold who will take it. Right-footed on that right-hand side. Gives the signal to Trent Alexander-Arnold. 52 minutes played. Liverpool leading by a goal to nil. Swung into a pretty good area. Newcastle now might get an opportunity to clear, but instead Trent Alexander-Arnold will have it back inside the area. It's forward towards Darwin Núñez, who heads the ball over the crossbar. And it is a goal kick for Newcastle, and a chance for them to take stock. Well, another chance for Darwin Núñez. I mean, he's had so many in the game. This one, I think, a little bit more difficult. Came off Darwin Núñez's knee just a moment or so ago. And Guimaraes has the ball now for Newcastle. And Darwin Núñez is trying to apply a bit of pressure. And Newcastle bring it out from the back on the left-hand side. And here is Gordon. And Gordon slips between two, and Newcastle coming forward, and Isak's inside the penalty area, and Isak has scored the equalising goal. He has a telltale look at the linesman, but it's a really, really smart finish from Isak, and it's a fabulous goal. Just slid through. Newcastle have had so little in the game, but that is smash and grab, and the travelling pocket of Newcastle supporters absolutely delighted. He just ran through the Liverpool defence, and Alisson came out. Virgil van Dijk perhaps wasn't tight enough. And Alexander Isak scores the equalising goal for Newcastle at Anfield. And Liverpool can't believe that they're back on level terms. It was just too easy through Szoboszlai and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And then Virgil van Dijk was playing Isak onside, and he just fizzes it past Alisson to make it one apiece. So it's Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1. And unbelievably, Newcastle back on level terms despite all the chances Liverpool have had in the game. So, unbelievably, it's one apiece. And Liverpool really could have scored 6 or 7 tonight. But Newcastle have hung in, and they've hung in, and they've managed to find an equalising goal. And it's an equalising goal that they will cherish. 55 minutes on the clock. Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1. And it is a free kick which Liverpool want to take quickly inside their own half. Virgil van Dijk will indeed take it. I wouldn't be surprised to see 1 or 2 substitutions from Jurgen Klopp incoming, because he's got Diogo Jota, who's of course so ruthless, and also Harvey Elliott on the bench, and Alexis McAllister's back on the bench as well. Forward will come Liverpool on the right hand side, but it's out of play. And it is a bit of silence around Anfield, really, because Liverpool can't believe they're not leading. Trent Alexander-Arnold will take the throw forward towards halfway, and Luis Diaz was there in possession, and Szoboszlai now will gather, and Szoboszlai's inside the centre circle, and Szoboszlai just drops his shoulder and feeds it, or tried to feed it towards Mo Salah. It didn't quite come off, and all of a sudden Newcastle will come forward once again, and Newcastle perhaps with a bit of additional confidence now, and Virgil van Dijk comes across to alleviate the situation, and Virgil van Dijk with the foul, and that will be a free kick for Newcastle in a decent position. So it is Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1 at Anfield. 56 minutes on the clock. And Newcastle have a free kick in a good position as well, which Gordon I think is going to come across to take on this right hand side. The rain continues to pour down. Gordon will take it, and Mo Salah forms the one-man wall. Gordon swings the ball into the penalty area. Alisson gathers and immediately bowls it out, looking for the run of Luis Diaz, and Luis Diaz is scampering down the right hand side. Newcastle though got bodies back, but it is Luis Diaz for Liverpool. Bodies forward now for Liverpool as Luis Diaz feeds it towards Darwin Nunez, who tried to nod the ball down, couldn't do so effectively, and Joe Gomez now will gather, and Joe Gomez feeds it to Endo. Endo is just looking at the options to his right hand side, and he finds Luis Diaz, and Trent Alexander-Arnold now perhaps will stand up the cross and does. Trent Alexander-Arnold in towards Darwin Nunez, and Joe Gomez perhaps with the foul. Referee content for play to continue. Now he does give the free kick for Newcastle, and it is a free kick which they will certainly take their time over. So Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1 at Anfield. And all the chances that Liverpool have had, they've only been able to take one of them, and that fell for Mo Salah, who's also missed a penalty in the game. And Guimaraes helps it forward, but Trent Alexander-Arnold has possession. Now Endo fits Dyke to Alisson, Nunez to Luis Diaz, and Luis Diaz on the edge of the penalty area. Luis Diaz looking for support. Luis Diaz finds Endo. Endo now has Mo Salah, but instead goes to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Back now to Endo. Endo to Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez tries to switch the play to Endo once again. Endo wedges it forward towards Mo Salah. Here is Mo Salah inside the penalty area. Mo Salah back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. In it goes to Luis Diaz. And eventually Newcastle managed to scramble it away, not for the first time tonight. And 59 minutes on the clock as Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1. Here is Mo Salah again for Liverpool. Mo Salah goes down. He's not going to get a free kick for that, I don't think. And Newcastle come away with the ball, but Virgil van Dijk is across the cover, and he goes back to Alisson. Alisson outside the confines of his penalty area finds Endo back to Alisson. Alisson finds Virgil van Dijk, and Virgil van Dijk in towards Endo, and Endo midway inside his own half scoops the ball up looking for the run of Luis Diaz, and Luis Diaz on the left hand side. Luis Diaz for Liverpool. Luis Diaz just squirming inside and out. Now Luis Diaz is inside the penalty area, across the face of goal, beyond everyone though, and beyond Mo Salah as well. Mo Salah finds Trent Alexander-Arnold, who gets himself in a bit of a muddle, and Newcastle try and play out from the back, and that'll be a free kick for Newcastle, will it? Yes, it will, inside their own penalty area. And Darwin Nunez is protesting with the referee, and it will be a free kick though for Newcastle inside their own penalty area. And I think Newcastle can sense that Liverpool have just got so frustrated with how this game has panned out. This could be a good spell this for Newcastle. And Joe Gomez on the left hand side finds Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones looking at his options left and right. Curtis Jones considered playing it to Mo Salah, instead finds Endo, and Endo to Virgil van Dijk, quickly out towards Joe Gomez. Now Joe Gomez inside for Endo. Endo towards Curtis Jones. Luis Diaz with the touch to Endo. Everyone behind the ball for Newcastle. Luis Diaz wedges it out now towards Mo Salah, and Mo Salah is bearing down on goal, finds Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold whips it in towards Darwin Nunez. It's up rather than out though from Newcastle. Luis Diaz also rose. Endo to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who just studs it to Virgil van Dijk, who feeds Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones now for Liverpool. Curtis Jones tried to find Luis Diaz but couldn't quite do so. Szoboszlai wins it back, and Szoboszlai now with the ball for Liverpool finds Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold back in towards Szoboszlai, who in turn finds Endo, and Endo's got options now. It's Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz inside the penalty area. Still Luis Diaz, palmed away by the goalkeeper. Darwin Nunez was there, and Newcastle will bring the ball away again. And Newcastle hack it downfield to find Virgil van Dijk. Now Szoboszlai and Virgil van Dijk inside towards Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones just looking left and right, finds Szoboszlai. Now Endo to Luis Diaz, and Luis Diaz wriggling and squirming around, and Luis Diaz finds Darwin Núñez, and Darwin Núñez inside the penalty area goes down. It's never a penalty, might get booked for diving here, Darwin Núñez. Instead, Newcastle fizzed it away for a throw in. And well, the chances that Liverpool have had today, absolutely incredible. And the man of the match, no doubt, is Dubravka in the Newcastle goal. Newcastle slash it away once more towards their left-hand side. It's going to be a throw-in for Liverpool, which Trent Alexander-Arnold will take. 62 minutes on the clock. Trent Alexander-Arnold with the throw-in towards Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai now skips past one challenge, and Szoboszlai finds Wataru Endo, and Endo trying to find Szoboszlai, and it comes back now for Mo Salah, and Mo Salah is trying to find a way forwards and finds Endo, and Endo's ball in, Darwin Núñez, and he's put it wide, and that's another big chance for Darwin Núñez that goes begging. And my goodness, how many does Darwin Núñez need? I mean, just incredible how many chances and how many good chances Darwin Núñez has had in this game today. Yes, he's on the stretch with that one, and that one's perhaps one of the most difficult that he's had, but really, he's just had so many incredible opportunities tonight, which he's failed to take, Darwin Núñez. And it is Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1. Szoboszlai is going off, and on is Gravenberch, and Gakpo's going to come on as well. And so a double substitution for Liverpool, and Darwin Núñez is going to be replaced. So, well, Jota's on as well. So Gakpo, Jota and Gravenberch are on. Núñez, Diaz and Szoboszlai are the players off. And I think Jurgen Klopp's just seen enough in terms of the finishing from Luis Diaz and the finishing from Darwin Núñez tonight. It just hasn't happened, has it? So Gakpo and Jota are on. And 64 minutes played. Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1. Szoboszlai is off then for Liverpool, and Gravenberch will take his place in the centre of the park. And in terms of the opposing end of the pitch, Jota and Gakpo taking the place of Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez. And here is Diogo Jota, finds Mo Salah. Mo Salah trying to cut in field. It's Mo Salah for Liverpool, palmed away by the goalkeeper. Can it be turned in by Curtis Jones? No, it can't. And Newcastle survive again. This is incredible, really. It's going to be a free kick for Newcastle, is it? Yes, it is. Liverpool can't believe it, but that is a free kick for Newcastle. And Endo goes into the referee's notebook. So another chance, this one falling for Curtis Jones just a moment or so ago. 65 minutes played, Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1. The rain continuing to pour down at Anfield. 65 minutes played, one apiece to score. Mo Salah's strike cancelled out by that from Alexander Isak. And Konate wins the ball out from defence, and Konate pouring forwards, it goes down, and that was a late challenge from Guimaraes, and was it Joe Linton? In fact, it's Joe Linton who slid in, and Joe Linton who picks up a yellow card for his troubles. The Brazilian yellow card, a free kick for Liverpool inside their own half. Konate slipped away, and it is a free kick for Liverpool in a good position. 66 minutes played, Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1. The rain is absolutely pouring down. It's had a big impact on the pitch as well out there at Anfield. Trent Alexander-Arnold goes crossfield looking for Cody Gakpo, and Gakpo leaves it for Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez back for Curtis Jones. Jones cuts in field on the left-hand side. Curtis Jones finds Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo drifting in field finds Gravenberch. Gravenberch now has Joe Gomez as the option, and Gravenberch to Endo. Endo's got Mo Salah to his right-hand side, goes back to Gravenberch, whose miscontrol was poor, and Newcastle will come away with the ball. And Newcastle are in possession on the right-hand side, and Guimaraes finds Joe Linton, and Joe Linton helps the ball forward towards Gordon on the left-hand side, and Gordon goes down the line, and all of a sudden Liverpool looking a bit stretched, and here's a chance now for Isak, and comes off Curtis Jones, and Curtis Jones now will come away with the ball. Curtis Jones looking ahead of him to Cody Gakpo, but that's a sliding challenge from Guimaraes, as a challenge that he simply had to make. And now Newcastle will come away with the ball right on halfway. Endo does gather. Endo to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold to Mo Salah. Mo Salah's on the right-hand side, just outside the penalty area. Here is Mo Salah for Liverpool. Still Mo Salah is inside the penalty area. That's going to be a corner kick. And Liverpool have a corner on the right-hand side. 67 minutes played. Liverpool 1, Newcastle 1. Salah's goal cancelled out by Isak. And the crowd are still in great voice. And with the rain coming down at Anfield, Trent Alexander-Arnold will take the corner kick on the right-hand side. Will take it right-footed as well. Virgil van Dijk, Konate and others are lurking. Trent Alexander-Arnold swings the ball into a good area, and here is Cody Gakpo, and it's another big save, and it comes now for Gravenberch, who fires the ball over the crossbar, and Liverpool continue to create chances and continue just to score the one goal. It's another chance for Liverpool. This one fell for Gakpo, and Dubravka has produced the performance of his life out there tonight. I mean, just an incredible amount of saves Dubravka's made in the Newcastle goal. Newcastle have the ball just outside the Liverpool penalty area. Chance now for Gordon. Gordon with the effort and goal goes through down the throat, I should say, of Alisson, and Alisson rolls the ball out, and Endo tries to help it forward, but all of a sudden Newcastle are finding a little bit of a better grip in the game, and Trent Alexander-Arnold will try and mop up here and just fizzes the ball down the line for Mo Salah, but the ball is out of play, and they've had 28 attempts on goal, Liverpool, and they've only scored one goal, and at the moment, in terms of the Premier League table, they will be topped by a point, and they'll be 3 points ahead of Manchester City, but Manchester City with a game in hand and a better goal difference as well. Here is Jota, who's penalised, and it will be a free kick for Newcastle with 20 minutes to play, and I think it's just a feeling now that it's one of those nights for Liverpool. One of those nights where they had so many chances and just failed to score the goal that really mattered. After they scored the goal through Mo Salah, they did have a couple of chances to make it 2 but couldn't take them, and Joe Gomez now will mop up at the back. In fact, the flag is up, so Liverpool have a free kick outside their own penalty area. Liverpool have 20 minutes to try and find a goal. Virgil van Dijk stands over the set piece. The Dutchman looked at the options to his left and right hand side, and Virgil van Dijk skews the ball out towards Mo Salah. Trent Alexander-Arnold helps it on, and Mo Salah will chase that one, but it's safely into the arms of Dubravka, and Newcastle will come out on their left hand side. Newcastle now with an opportunity down the left hand side, and Konate's got some defending to do here, and is that a foul? Referee says no. It will be a goal kick for Liverpool, which they've taken quickly, and Alisson now to Konate, and Konate steaming out from the back, and Konate to Endo, and Endo finds Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez to Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo loses out. and Diogo Jota was in there as well, and Newcastle are going to bring the ball out from the back. 5 forwards, but Trent Alexander-Arnold is there. Alisson will gather outside his own penalty area on the right hand side, and Trent Alexander-Arnold now is in custody over the ball, and Virgil van Dijk will gather. Virgil van Dijk coming forwards for Liverpool, finds Endo now to Gravenberch. Gravenberch goes back towards Alisson to Virgil van Dijk, and Virgil van Dijk to Alisson, finds Konate coming up towards halfway and wedging the ball forwards now, looking for Cody Gakpo inside, and Gakpo tried to find Gravenberch but couldn't, and now the ball is holding up on the turf a little bit because of the moisture, and Newcastle will come away with the ball through Gordon, and Gordon has got 2 options inside, and Gordon now, can he switch it? Yes he can. Endo's back there, great chance, that could be a penalty for Newcastle. No real appeals in the end actually forward, as Alisson just picks up the ball. It was Endo with the contact, and in fairness, I don't think Longstaff really asked the question after Gordon's ball forwards. And here is Mo Salah at the other end. It's Mo Salah for Liverpool. Mo Salah, it's Diogo Jota, and it's turned in by Curtis Jones. And is the flag up? No, it's not. And Curtis Jones has re-established Liverpool's advantage. It will of course be checked, but it's a wonderful move from the right hand side. Mo Salah just sliding the ball through towards Diogo Jota, and very unselfishly across the face of goal, Curtis Jones slots it home, and it's Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1, and they've knocked at the door, and eventually Liverpool do have their second goal. And Dubravka's had a wonderful game, he really has. So many big saves, has got to pick the ball out of his empty net. Well, first of all, there'll be a VAR check, of course. Konate it was who fed the ball in towards Jota, and Jota was driving at the Newcastle defence, played it in towards Mo Salah, who was onside. Salah then found Jota, and Jota just touched it back for Curtis Jones to tap in, and Liverpool lead by 2-1. And it's a big goal for Liverpool. It's a big goal for Curtis Jones. And Curtis Jones taps in. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1, and it's been a very entertaining game at Anfield, and Liverpool have had so many chances, and they have their second goal, but there's still a big chunk of this game to be played from a Newcastle perspective, because 74 minutes on the clock. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. Alexis McAllister is on for Liverpool, and Endo is off. So Newcastle now will look to come forwards again, and they will come forwards again. They've got an opportunity here as well. They're inside the penalty area, and a good chance for Newcastle. Effort on goal is lashed high and wide, and Joe Gomez was just back there to put off Almiron, I think. And Newcastle with half a chance, you could say, which they couldn't take, and Liverpool just looking a little bit ragged at the back, and so many big chances Liverpool have had in the game, but Newcastle still very much in it at 2-1. And Alisson will take the goal kick. Alisson launches it long, looking towards Cody Gakpo. Free kick though given for Liverpool as Diogo Jota is down. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. And Alexis McAllister to Curtis Jones. Back to Alexis McAllister. Alexis McAllister in towards Gravenberch. And Gravenberch's just assessing what's left and right. Finds Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo on the outside. Cody Gakpo looking for support and finding it in the form of Joe Gomez. And Joe Gomez now seeking support in Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones to Alexis McAllister. Alexis McAllister to Virgil van Dijk. And now Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones in towards Gravenberch. And now Joe Gomez. And it could be an opportunity for Gravenberch to get the ball back, but he couldn't do so, and Guimaraes will come away with the ball. And it's Guimaraes against Alexis McAllister. And Guimaraes forward, and Trent Alexander-Arnold with the sliding challenge. It's a really big sliding challenge, and he G's up the crowd. And it remains Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1 with 76 minutes played. So Jota's back there defending for Liverpool. Newcastle have the ball on the left-hand side, and Alexis McAllister wins it back, and it's Mo Salah to Jota, and Jota now to Gravenberch, and Gravenberch finds Mo Salah, and Liverpool pouring forwards. They've got 4 forwards in this attack. It's Mo Salah on the right-hand side. Mo Salah slows the pace of the attack down and finds Alexis McAllister. In turn, Curtis Jones gathers the ball and finds Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk to Alexis McAllister, 40 yards from goal in the gloves, the Argentine. Trent Alexander-Arnold once more to Alexis McAllister, who just loops the ball up towards Mo Salah. Mo Salah does keep it in on the right-hand side. It's Mo Salah for Liverpool. Mo Salah with the ball across, and can it be turned in by Cody Gakpo? Yes, it can. It's Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. It's a pretty scruffy finish, but that might just seal all 3 points for Jurgen Klopp's men, and they will extend their lead at the top of the Premier League table to 3 points from Aston Villa. They certainly have been made to work hard tonight, but eventually Cody Gakpo is there, the substitute, to bundle the ball home. And Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1 is the score. And the Dutchman is absolutely delighted with that one. Newcastle have worked so hard tonight, and they've ridden their luck. Mo Salah was clearly onside in the build-up. Lovely ball by Alexis McAllister initially. Was Gakpo onside? Always going to be a tight one. Perhaps the left shoulder of Cody Gakpo was just drifting off. If it stands, well, Mo Salah's ball in is absolutely glorious. Looking for the run of Cody Gakpo, who rather scuffs his finish, and he gets the ball down into the ground, but in the end it proves enough for Cody Gakpo. But was he onside? Was the left shoulder of Cody Gakpo just a yard, less than a yard really off? Well, we await to find out with the VAR check. Checking goal for possible offside. I think it's the left shoulder maybe of Cody Gakpo against the left knee of the Newcastle defender, who was Livramento. And this one is going to be really tight, isn't it? It's a case of drawing lines out there on the pitch. I think potentially the left toe of Livramento and the left shoulder of Cody Gakpo are the talking points. And with 79 minutes on the clock, the goal does stand. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1 is the score. And Liverpool now surely home and dry. But Newcastle are coming forwards on the right-hand side, and Newcastle have the ball in field too with Guimaraes. Guimaraes is flanked out by Liverpool players, and Diogo Jota wins the ball back, and Diogo Jota is coming forwards now for Liverpool and finds Cody Gakpo, and Cody Gakpo's got options to his right hand side, and Cody Gakpo still with the ball, and still Cody Gakpo finds Mo Salah. Mo Salah is looking for Curtis Jones, I think, and in the end he just slides the ball into the arms of the goalkeeper, and Diogo Jota, I think, wants Guimaraes to be given a second yellow card there. And well, Jurgen Klopp really enjoyed Liverpool's third goal in the game. And with 10 minutes left, it is Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. It's been such an entertaining game of football at Anfield. And here is a chance, though, for Guimaraes. Guimaraes against Curtis Jones. Guimaraes goes to his right-hand side, and Livramento inside the penalty area now. Comes off a Liverpool player and comes off Virgil van Dijk, and behind for a corner. And a corner kick then for Newcastle. 10 minutes played. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 2. It will be taken by Longstaff to float the ball in. There's the header, and there's the goal for Botman. And Newcastle are back in it with 10 minutes to play. And this fixture over the years has produced so many topsy-turvy encounters, and this might prove to be another one. Corner kick swept in, Botman met it, and Liverpool have been pegged back to 3-2, and there's still 9 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Plenty of time in the game to be played. Well, who was marking Botman? I think it was Jota, perhaps Konate. Neither caught onto him, and it's 3-2. Well, incredible game of football this at Anfield. Incredible game of football we are witnessing today. And there's going to be substitutions now for Newcastle. Has 5-goal thriller here, and it is going to be, well, whatever you do, don't go anywhere, because as I say, this fixture's so many incredible games over the years, and this is proving to be another one. And the substitution for Newcastle, Joe Linton and burn off. Lascelles and Hall are the two players on. Liverpool 3, Newcastle 2, with 81 minutes played. Here is Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones to Alexis McAllister. Curtis Jones now finds Joe Gomez again, and Liverpool perhaps are going to be a little bit more nervous now in the final few minutes here. Alisson has the ball and plays Kanate in on the right hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold now up and over halfway. He slides the ball through looking for Mo Salah, and the ball is back now with Dubravka in goal for Newcastle, and Jota applying the pressure, and Newcastle have given the ball away to Curtis Jones, and Curtis Jones has the ball inside the penalty area, and Curtis Jones for Liverpool, and he just couldn't quite find a way through, could Curtis Jones, and Newcastle will deal with this from the back and ping the ball down the line, and it's out of play for a throw in to Newcastle. And Gakpo is applying the pressure. Newcastle want a free kick. Referees allow play to continue, and there could be a chance here for Newcastle, and Gordon's the option on the left hand side, and Isak's trying to burst through, and here is Gordon, and Gordon cutting infield, and could be an opportunity here for Newcastle who want a free kick, but Alexis McAllister has come away with the ball, and Alexis McAllister fizzes it through. Flag stays down for Diogo Jota. He's clean through. It's Diogo Jota, rounds the goalkeeper, goes down, wants a penalty, and the referee does indeed give the penalty. And is the goalkeeper going to be sent off here? What's the colour? It's yellow for Dubravka. Well, the second penalty in the game for Liverpool, and I wonder if Mo Salah's going to take this one as well. He missed the first one, and Diogo Jota rounded the goalkeeper. Interesting that Diogo Jota didn't try and pop it in himself. I think, yeah, well, there was the contact. Referee gives the penalty, and well, is that going to be a penalty? Because of course there's going to be a VAR check here. If it's not a penalty, then Diogo Jota will feel as though he should have popped the ball in the empty net. Well, Diogo Jota goes round the goalkeeper, and the right leg makes contact with the right arm of Dubravka, and that's why it's a penalty. And the penalty has been awarded, and who's going to take it? Is it going to be Mo Salah again? He's missed one tonight, Mo Salah. Is he going to take the second? We will see. Diogo Jota goes down, and it's going to be a penalty for Liverpool. 84 minutes on the clock. So, Liverpool with a chance to make it 4-2 on the night. It is going to be Mo Salah to take his second penalty of the night. He's scored one goal tonight. He's missed one penalty. And this would be some twist in the tail if Mo Salah, who's got 13 Premier League goals this season, was thwarted by Dubravka once again. It is Mo Salah for Liverpool. There's a little wry smile on the face of Dubravka. Mo Salah will feel the nerves here because the wind is moving in the Anfield night sky. And Mo Salah will step up now for Liverpool. 85 minutes on the clock. It's Mo Salah who's missed one penalty tonight, but he scores a second. It is Liverpool 4, Newcastle 2, and that will surely be that in terms of the result. Mo Salah with his 14th Premier League goal of the season. And how about that, just before he goes away for the African Cup of Nations? It's a magnificent night in the end for Liverpool. They scored 4, they could have scored 14. Such was the volume of chances they've had this evening. Mo Salah missed the penalty earlier on. He bags a penalty now. It's Liverpool 4, Newcastle 2, and Liverpool are going 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. Well, it's a good penalty, this one from Mo Salah. Just tucks it in the opposite corner, and they've been made to work so hard tonight, Liverpool. They really have, but they got the job done. Tucked clipped away by Mo Salah. Jurgen Klopp couldn't watch. He faced the crowd as that penalty was being struck by Mo Salah, and that really should be that. Liverpool have been made to work so hard tonight, but my goodness, they have the job done this evening. You feel now, bar a really miraculous Newcastle finish. And Curtis Jones wins the ball inside the centre circle, finds Gravenberch. Gravenberch finds Curtis Jones, and Curtis Jones finds Mo Salah, who's now on a hat-trick. Mo Salah inside the penalty area. It's Mo Salah, wants a hat-trick, and the ball is going to come off Gravenberch, and now Joe Gomez slides in with the challenge. Joe Gomez wins the ball back, and Joe Gomez for Liverpool goes down and wins a free kick. Well, he thought he'd won a free kick. Referee says no, and it's clipped away, and Gakpo is trying to nip in, and Newcastle will still believe they're in with a chance here. And forward comes Guimaraes, and he goes to his left-hand side, and Newcastle are coming forwards once again. What an incredible game of football this has been. I mean, Liverpool-Newcastle, over the years, just so many fabulous fixtures, but this will be up there, and Jurgen Klopp's absolutely furious with something. He's furious because Joe Gomez won the ball and then was fouled, and it was Jurgen so frustrated with that one. Newcastle have the ball inside their own half. Liverpool 4, Newcastle 2. If you're just joining us, it's been a really entertaining and eventful game, and a really entertaining second half. A couple of goals from Mo Salah, but Liverpool made it 1-0 through Salah on 49 minutes. For Isak made it 1 apiece, and then goals from Jones and Gakpo for Botham made it 3-2, and then Mo Salah from the penalty spot. So 89 minutes on the clock, Liverpool going 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League table, and Sean Longstaff goes into the notebook. And Anfield is absolutely rocking here tonight. Absolutely rocking. Konate now outside the centre circle. Konate driving forwards for Liverpool, and Konate's got possession of the ball and finds Curtis Jones, and Konate goes down, and Curtis Jones, well, the game has stopped because Guimaraes, well, Virgil van Dijk's not happy with one or two things, and temper's threatening to spill over, and Virgil van Dijk got involved, and there's so much to do about nothing. I think it was Guimaraes with the foul. And Newcastle getting frustrated because I think they know the points will slip beyond them. 7 minutes of added on time to be played at the end of the 90. Eddie Howe watches on from the touchline. Alexis McAllister is over the free kick. Outside the centre circle finds Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones to Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez goes all the way back to Virgil van Dijk, who in turn finds Alisson. And Alisson is outside his penalty area. And Alisson goes long looking for Mo Salah. And eventually it's collected now by Alexis McAllister. And Trent Alexander-Arnold will keep it in. Back to Alexis McAllister. And now Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones to Virgil van Dijk. All of this being played inside the Liverpool half. Joe Gomez goes back to Virgil van Dijk, and Liverpool, who play Arsenal in the FA Cup on Sunday, what should be an absolutely cracking contest, are top of the Premier League table, and they're top by 3 points. And given Newcastle have got so many injuries, really, that's just a result you expected, but the manner of the result less so. As it stands in the Premier League, Liverpool top, 20 games played, 45 points. Villa on 42 points. Manchester City on 40, but they do have that game in hand. Arsenal on 40, Tottenham on 39. Gravenberch with the touch to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones now steaming forwards for Liverpool, finds Mo Salah. Mo Salah's on a hat-trick. Mo Salah tried to find Jota early on and couldn't. Jota biting in, and here is Alexis McAllister for Liverpool. Alexis McAllister to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones now had the run of Jota, but instead just dinks the ball up towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold cuts inside and finds Curtis Jones. Now Alexis McAllister. Alexis McAllister dinks the ball forward, looking for the run of Mo Salah. It's a little bit beyond Mo Salah. It's a nice idea from the Argentine to the Egyptian, as Mo Salah plays out his last few minutes in a Liverpool shirt for probably about a month, with Egypt's participation in the African Cup of Nations. So 6 points will separate the top 5. It's really, it's so tight, isn't it? I mean, Manchester City are still the favourites. They're 5 points behind. They've got the game in hand. If they win that, it's just a solitary 2 points with the second half of the season to play, really. So it's going to be a fascinating second half of the Premier League season. Curtis Jones in possession, goes back to Virgil van Dijk, to Alisson. Alisson finds Virgil van Dijk once again. The Dutchman and the captain up towards halfway and trying to find Jota, and it is Gravenberch who gathers the ball, and Jota tries to feed it in towards Trent Alexander-Arnold, couldn't quite do so, and Curtis Jones loses out, but Curtis Jones will mop up and find Alisson, and Alisson in turn to Konate, and Konate to Curtis Jones, and Curtis Jones to Alexis McAllister, and Alexis McAllister finds Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez to Alexis McAllister, and now Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones in the centre circle, tried to feed it towards Trent Alexander-Arnold, couldn't quite do so. Alexander-Arnold loses out, and Jota now biting in, and Newcastle do win the ball back, and all of a sudden it could be an opportunity, but Virgil van Dijk comes across to snuff out the danger on the left hand side, and Joe Gomez past one. Gravenberch with the raking pass, looking for Mo Salah. Mo Salah's on a hat-trick. It's Mo Salah for Liverpool. He's got Jota in support. It's Mo Salah. It's still Mo Salah. It's still Mo Salah. And it's Jota. And it's wide for a corner. And they can't believe it between them that they haven't scored. Mo Salah clearly was just hungry for the hat-trick, but just couldn't find it. He wanted that yard of space to Mo Salah. Probably should have slipped in Diogo Jota. And Diogo Jota couldn't lay it off to Salah and couldn't lay it off to Cody Gakpo, and it is a corner kick for Liverpool. Played 4 minutes of the allocated 7, and there's a wry smile on the face of Trent Alexander-Arnold, and edge of the penalty area, and Curtis Jones will collect. Curtis Jones is now going to fizz the ball out to the right hand side, and Gravenberch goes all the way back to Alisson, and Alisson finds Joe Gomez, and Joe Gomez with the raking pass, right footed, looking for Mo Salah, and Newcastle have the ball on the left hand side, but Mo Salah's trying to win it back. He's want to throw in. Mo Salah wants more goals. He's taking it quickly, finds Gravenberch to Mo Salah, and Mo Salah has options inside, and Mo Salah, eventually the ball ricochets back to Alexis McAllister, and Liverpool will just see out these remaining few minutes, and well, they do sit pretty at the top of the Premier League table. It's another very damaging defeat though for Newcastle, you'd have to say. This will put them on 29 points from 20 games, and put Chelsea and Wolves breathing down their neck on 28 points, so certainly for Newcastle, a season that promised so much is threatening really to evaporate somewhat. And here could be a chance though for Newcastle, and is it going to be a free kick? Yes it is. Well, we've played 6 of the allocated 7 minutes. Newcastle seeking another goal. It would surely just be a consolation at this stage though. And Guimaraes Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold goes immediately looking towards the run of Mo Salah. Mo Salah's inside the Newcastle half. It's Mo. We've had so many 4-3s over the years at Anfield, haven't we? Newcastle seeking another goal. It would surely just be a consolation at this stage, though. And Guimaraes many chances in the game, but a brace from Mo Salah before he goes off Newcastle by 4-2. A really topsy-turvy, helter-skelter, fascinating game at Anfield. Eventually Liverpool coming through. They created so many chances in the game, but a brace. And Guimaraes, they beat Newcastle by 4-2. By 4-2. Points clear at the summit. They beat Newcastle by 4-2.